Hey, Mind, Body, Soul Tribe. We are so excited to be with you again. We're here.
Here we are.
Again. We're back. And today we wanted to focus on sleep because sleep is so important, you guys. We brought this up originally in the very first video that we did together, and we just want you to start making sleep more of a priority in your life. And I am speaking from for myself as well. I need to make it way more of a priority in my life, and so I'm going to be focusing on this too. But sleep is huge. It really is a time when our body is repairing, and it's what we need for our physical and emotional well-being. And so let's start making this more of a priority.
So we asked you guys to kind of track like what kind of sleep are you getting in our first video. Experts recommend like 6 to 9 hours a night. It's a little bit different for everybody depending on what your threshold. I need way more sleep than my husband does. He can function on a lot less sleep. That doesn't mean like functioning like barely making it. That means like healthy and well and feeling good and mentally sharp and everything like that. But sleep is so cool, you guys. So our body, we're not just like getting rest, we're actually repairing. Our cells are repairing, our organs are repairing. All these functions of our autonomic nervous system that go toward healing actually really come on board when we're sleeping. And so it's just as important as the food you eat and the water you drink and exercising and all those things. Sleep is just as important for healing. Also, when we're sleeping, we're detoxing. So we're eliminating and detoxing on a physical level, but we're also eliminating and detoxing on an emotional level. How many of us have really crazy, weird dreams where we're like all emotional in them and like things are coming out? We're like, what did that even mean? That's like part of your subconscious system detoxing and releasing things that are maybe too difficult on a conscious level to manage. Or that are just ready to be let go. So it really is a healing process. It's also a time when, think about it, we're like laying down, our body is in like total surrender. We're completely vulnerable and open to release, and also when we release and detox, we're in a place to receive. And so it's a beautiful time to be able to receive healing, but also to be able to receive inspiration from God, from dreams that we're given. In that spiritual realm is really awake and alive at night when we're sleeping, and so we can receive so much spiritually in our dreams. Like that's kind of one of my favorite things about sleep.
Yeah, me too. That's totally one of my favorite things about sleep, because I receive, well, both of us, we receive a lot of inspiration when we're sleeping, and hopefully all of us can start paying more attention to that, because it's huge. I think moving forward, it's going to become more and more important for us to start paying attention to the insights we receive. Yeah. And write them down.
Yes.
I mean, keeping a notebook by your bed, that's huge.
This is mine.
Keep it next to your bed and wake up and just write down those insights, even if they're like, you think that's crazy, I don't even know where that came from. You might get more insights about it later. So write those things down. Don't write off your dreams. There's a lot of meaning in our dreams.
Yeah.
And that we receive so much insight.
Yeah, they're very, very symbolic. And sometimes even in the writing process, I'll have a dream, it'll seem so weird. I'll start writing and I'll immediately start getting understanding of what it means. Like writing opens up the flow for that for me.
Totally.
Not every time, because sometimes I get more understanding about the dream later, like months later. Something will happen in my waking life and I'm like, oh, that's totally connected to that dream I had. But I'm so glad I wrote it down, because it helps me to go back and remember, and then kind of do like a check to see where I'm at, and I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Yes. Yep. And we talked earlier about how our spirit is alive and well at night. Like when we go to sleep, it's our ego is literally like turns off, and it's just our spirit, and our body is resting, it's rejuvenating, it's recharging, it's healing, and our spirit is literally, you guys,
soaring.
It's soaring. It is like traveling the world. It's connecting with other family members that maybe you're feeling separated from right now, which is a huge thing. Because a lot of us haven't been able to be with our family members. But just know that your spirit is infinite. Your spirit can do anything.
Doesn't sleep.
It doesn't sleep. It doesn't rest because it doesn't need to. And your spirit is alive and well and traveling like to places we can't even imagine, I'm sure. So just know, like, our spirit is not just trapped inside this body. We are going other places when we sleep, and our spirit knows on a deeper level what our body needs and what we need in this physical life. And so it is a perfect time for us to get more insights about what our bodies need too, and what or maybe, our emotional needs are. So pay attention to those things. It's really, really important. We talked about like creating that nighttime routine that is so important. It really
It's the key.
It's the key, because if you're one that's like go, 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 get a million things done on your phone, and then you lay down and you're like, I gotta go to sleep now. Your body...
How are you going to turn that off?
your body had no indication of like slowing down and getting prepared to rest, right?
Yeah.
So we need to start doing those things that tells our body, okay, it's time to go to bed now. Like it's time to rest. So some of the things that I have, essential oils, they really do help me. Like, get a diffuser. You can get them super cheap on Amazon. But get a diffuser and like diffuse lavender. Lavender is a big one that is very well known to help us rest better. Then you can get blends that are like Serenity has several different oils in it that can help you calm down and sleep better. If you feel like you can't like get a deep breath and you can't breathe very well and you're anxious, Breathe is a good one. It opens up your airway and it really helps your respiratory system to relax, and you can breathe easier. And another one that I use a lot is frankincense. Frankincense, it helps me if I go to sleep at night and I'm like, I really want to set intentions to receive a deeper insight about something. And whatever it is that I'm setting an intention for, maybe I'm like, I want more insights in my dreams about the future and moving forward and decisions I need to make, or anything that I'm just struggling with and trying to get insight on. Frankincense is really, incense is good too.
Yeah.
But frankincense is so amazing. It's one that can help us really connect, and it just has these amazing qualities to help us do that.
And if you guys don't have a diffuser and you don't want to buy one, I even put drops of it on my pillowcase, where I'm gonna lay, and just inhale it. Make it part of that like serene, lovely ritual that you're gonna do. Like, make it a ritual and just drop it on your pillowcase and night night. I do that for my kids too.
That one of my kids could not sleep very well for the longest time, and I was like, let's just put we put lavender in like this little spray bottle, and we just both sides of the pillow, and he fell right to sleep at night. I think it was also just really comforting to have that too, but I know that it really helped him. So I think that's just really important. Some teas that I love chamomile every once in a while if I feel like my body is like not calming down and feels restless. But it's also like a really fun, nice, calming ritual to have before bed. Or like, this is one of my favorites. This Reishi brand is really amazing because it's so clean and organic and good. But this is blueberry hibiscus. But any like hibiscus is good. But if there's a tea that just feels comforting and you know that it's a soothing tea, that can help your body to calm down too. So those are just a couple of things. Maybe like if you're still feeling like extra energy in your body at night and it's like that restless feeling, maybe do some stretches. Get out of bed, do some really good stretches, or kind of just move your body, get that energy out, because sometimes we just need a little bit of movement get it out.
We need to discharge it. Michelle was just talking about how her dog like discharges her energy. She'll be like blah, 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 and just like shake it off. Sometimes we have that excess that needs to discharge from our somatic system, our physical system, and just some movements and stretches can help do that. Let's talk about kids too, because we did talk a little bit about using oils for kids. Those who are parents right now, you can do the same thing with kids. Make it a little ritual, a little routine that they look forward to help calm them down. It does not have to be super long. It's just whatever works for your family. My kids, they're used to our routine, and it's super short because my husband and I want to spend a lot of time together when they go down.
Yeah.
And so we, like, basically for us is when we get them in bed, I spend a little bit of time just like tickling their backs. And maybe some of you don't know, like, that's another really kind of neat thing. What it does, I learned this when I was doing hypnobirthing to have a natural birth for my third child. They taught that having someone tickle your back and kind of stimulate the nerves in that way actually activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system that's the rest and digest and repair part. So that's why it's so calming, you guys. Like, didn't you love that as a kid? Like, when, and still now.
Yes.
I'll just do that for my kids for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and it just brings them right down into this calming state. Activates the parasympathetic nervous system, so they're ready to go to sleep. So it does not have to be long, but just make it fun, make it kind of consistent, and be a little flexible. Summer's kind of crazy. Sometimes bedtime's not always the same, but yeah, you can just adjust it to your family's needs.
I love that. And even seeing the need during the day, that just came to me, is like, if you see your kids are like restless and anxious, I mean, using that tool to just be like, come here, let me tickle your back, let me calm you down.
It's powerful.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, one more thing for you guys. If you're like me, it's easy when everything's quiet and it's time to go to bed, but your mind's not quiet and like it's still on the track that it's been on all day, and it's hard to quiet it down. One of my favorite things to do is, when I'm in that space, is to just get out a journal and do a nightly brain dump where you just write out everything that's going on in your mind. And a fun thing you can set an intention to, this actually just excavates it out of you. It gets it out of your brain and it gets it into the physical, and then it's not swimming up here. And then you can just simply ask God to take these problems, if there are things you're worried about, if there are anxieties that you have, take these problems and ask him to help you solve them in your sleep. Like, you're writing it out to him and you're offering it and asking, hey, while I'm sleeping, can we consecrate this time to help me to problem solve what's going on? And you may get insights in your sleep, or you may wake up with a clearer, fresher mind, and insights into how you can create solutions for the things that you might be worried about.
I love that idea, because I set intentions, but I don't think, maybe a couple times I've done a brain dump, but that just feels it just feels right. It feels like it'd be so helpful for my brain to just be like, let's get that out.
Yeah.
Let's like let that go so we can actually rest like deeply, because otherwise it is like it's up here and it doesn't, it's like quiet down sometimes. So I love that idea. That's awesome. That's perfect. And then some of the other things we talked about is, well, did we go over like, we talked a little bit about like setting intentions, right? About like before you go to bed, you can even, I mean, a lot of times I will, and I've done this a lot lately too, is to just like pray and just say, I'm setting intentions tonight. I want to receive more guidance and more inspiration about this and this and this. I have like these nighttime like reflection books, like you can get these on Amazon or whatever, but like even just a notebook is like, it'd be nice. It's nice to have something that kind of like is really basic and says like, asks you questions like, what did you do today? What's one thing that happened today? One nice thing that happened today? How did it make you feel? Like, what are your nighttime rituals? Tonight I'm going to bed at this time. Tomorrow I'm waking up at this time, which is like a good way to maybe help you keep track of your sleep habits. Morning rituals, like I have one that's just for morning rituals and writing down like things that I love to do in the morning, and a gratitude journal or any kind of journal that you sit by your bed with the intention to write down gratitude. Gratitude will always lift our frequency. It's always going to raise our frequency. Gratitude is it's one of the highest vibrations when we're mentally focusing on gratitude. And so that's really something that if we can make that a high priority, even if things are really hard and we're struggling, focusing on the things that we're grateful for can shift our energy in our body like instantly. So that's a really important thing to like keep in mind. And then did you want to bring up the glasses or like?
Okay, let's bring up my glasses. So if you are on technology, like later in the day, in the evening, at night, when the sun's down, our bodies are created to start to wind down when the sun goes down. Like if we stay connected to nature, that's what will happen. But sometimes we don't do that. And so there's these really cute blue light blocking glasses that you can get on Amazon. These are like $10, but they'll block the blue light that stimulates that part of the brain that keeps you like awake. And so it'll bring in the softer light that your body needs to activate those hormones like melatonin to be able to bring on the chemical reactions you need to be able to start to fall asleep and calm down. So there's a little tip.
I love it. And I was getting headaches from my computer and stuff during the day, and I didn't realize that it was like, that really helped.
So you can wear them day or night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them. They're awesome. So we wanted to talk a little bit more about nighttime routines and how if you create these nighttime routines, they can actually help to help you with your anxiety. So if those are kind of set in place, that's going to help you to feel calmer. You'll be able to sleep better, and it just feels good to have a routine, and your body can get in that rhythm of like what you're creating for yourself. So one thing that I really like is, and I have learned is really important for me, is to make my room like a sanctuary. Like I don't want things in there that like stress me out. I don't like having piles of like bills and all these things that like I don't even want to look at that stuff.
No.
Like don't have that in your room. Put it outside your room, put it somewhere else. But it should be a place where you can rest and you just have things that just bring you peace and comfort. So make your room a sanctuary, and it's a place to recharge. It's a place you should be able to feel peace. It's a place where you should be able to relax. So kind of just maybe look around your room today and just see, what's some ways that you can maybe declutter or make it just a little bit more peaceful. Opening your window at night is a good way to get fresh, clean air in, even if it's just for a little bit. That can help sometimes to be able to just calm down and relax, and you get some fresh air. And also clean sheets. Like a lot of people, nothing is better than climbing into bed with like clean sheets, like showering and climbing into bed with clean sheets. Taking a bath is like a big thing for me. Like it just calms you down. Take a nice bath, and it kind of just tells your body, okay, I'm ready to start relaxing and going to bed. So diffusing oils like we talked about, but another one is a salt lamp, which that right there. So salt lamps, Himalayan salt lamps are amazing, and I didn't know about them for the longest time, and I don't know how I didn't, but they're amazing. They have so many healing properties. And at first when I started reading, I'm like, how is this even possible? But they're incredible. So I'm going to read to you like some of the things that they actually can help us with. You can buy these on Amazon. They're not very expensive. I came across it because one of my kids like could not sleep very good and very well, and he was waking up a lot at night, but he also had a light on in his closet. And those lights, like what do you call those lights? Like just like
incandescent,
LED?
I don't know.
Any of those like fake,
they put out that artificial
light.
blue light that isn't supportive of sleep hormones.
Exactly. So those, like if we can get rid of those at night, these you can turn up or down and have it really low lit or brighter, but they do not distract your sleep patterns. They actually help you to sleep better. So when I got it, it like changed everything. I ended up getting them for like everybody. We have one in like every bedroom because they've been so helpful. So Himalayan salt lamp. The benefits are you sleep better. It decreases anxiety and panic attacks. It's proven. It purifies the air. You guys, it purifies the air. Like that's so awesome. It balances hormones. It improves your sleep, like we said. It improves your breathing. It can reduce headaches and migraines. It can even help with the colds because it purifies the air. So it can help with just having cleaner air to breathe and boosting your immune system and increases blood flow. Like it does so much.
This little lamp right here.
It's amazing.
Does all of that.
But it puts off, is it then negative ions or?
Yeah, negatively charged ions.
It puts that off into the air, and so that's where like all these healing properties like come from, and it's amazing.
Our bodies need that, yeah. And it tastes like salt, so don't let your kids lick it or they'll burn their tongues, because my kids have done that. There's just a little side note there.
That's a good insight.
Yeah. Anyway.
So,
okay.
Anything
So
else?
I think that's everything. Just maybe set some goals for yourself, some sleep goals. You've been able to track where you're at and kind of see where you're at, and then just set small, doable daily goals to help you get there, and have fun creating a routine and really enjoy it.
Yes, do it
It's
together.
your time. Yeah.
Do it with your family. Create a plan together. I love it. It's gonna help. It's gonna help you to just be able to sleep better and get the rest that you need to be able to function better and feel better. And when your family and you are like sleeping better, it makes a huge difference. I feel like
so important
huge.
for mental health. Yeah. So happy sleeping.
Happy sleeping. See you later.